lands. This is where his power comes from, is that distance. You know, when he smothers his punches, there's really not much power, and you know, he needs to be in a distance where his power is at the optimal.
Idiarte's last opponent was 25-11. The guy before that had over 40 fights. So it's not like he's fighting guys that are brand new to sport. The guy's with experience, and he's taking care of business.
Idiarte is smothering his punches by being in there. Earlier on with the distance, he was very dangerous. What do you think, Jordan?
I like him at distance. I think he's just kind of maybe a little antsy, wants to get right to him, and he likes to come out strong. I think he's not really ready to wait. So maybe he gets that little antsiness out of him in this first round. Maybe we see it different in the second. He doesn't need to be here right now.
No, not at all. I think this is a disadvantage for him, knowing that he is a taller guy and he throws wider shots. You're smothering your punches that way.
Yeah, you get more leverage on shots from a little more distance. I mean, just a little space. You want to put him on the ropes, you want to press forward. That's cool. Press forward at your distance, your range, though. You don't need to be so close.
I agree with that. You know, that's why there's that jab. He started off with the jab really well, but he then started smothering it.
So replays from that first round. It's all Idiarte.
Johnson with a combination.
Yeah.
And Idiarte right there with the straightened body. But then this is when he started smothering his punches, where it takes away a lot of his power. Being the taller guy and wider shots, you got to get that distance. You like to jab and throw that straight right behind. You can be in the back foot too if the guy is pressing forward, but the jab is the one that dictates your distance.
Exactly. Let's see if the corner talked some of that into him and see what he comes out in the second round.
22 years old. Let me correct myself. Joel Idiarte. Cuauhtemoc Idiarte in his corner. Omar Sanchez as well. I was being told by Golden Boy people that it's hard to match up Idiarte right now because of his power, because of his size, because of his amateur background. He had a huge amateur background, potential Olympian, but went pro, where guys know, hey, I'm going up against this dude. I need more money.
Right.
And also, you got to find somebody who's willing to give him that test. So it's been hard to match him up.
Well, Johnson is showing up in this fight right now with the high guard and throwing combination when he's able to do so. And you know, he's landing some earlier on. So, you know, he's a game fighter.
He's smiling a little bit. He's talking a little bit. Yep. So after the first round, he feels maybe a little more comfortable.
Yeah, that feeling out where you're figuring out what you're up against. Johnson going the distance with Eric Tudor, a Golden Boy prospect, a couple weeks ago. This is where the development of a young fighter, I say that a lot, Nonito, where you want to test them, but you can't test them too hard because they've only had 14 rounds, right? You want to test them and see what you got, but you can't rush them.
Right. That was a good counter earlier from Idiarte, you know, with the left hook, and he did it again. But now because he's setting up his distance, you know, he's not coming in and pressing forward and smothering his punches. Yeah. He's actually stepping back and countering. So he's landing those big shots.
Uppercut from Idiarte.
I have a feeling the corner was probably saying similar things you were saying and probably got him back on track going into the second round.
You see as he's stepping forward. And I like that little feint that he's doing and then throwing a jab after that. So, you know, he's taking control by doing so. Good.
Nice body
jab to the body, yeah.
Well, that's also something that a young fighter falls in love with, right, Jordan? Where you start knocking everybody out, you just think I can sit on one punch?
Yeah, exactly. You got to kind of get a little hyped. You get a little hyped in your own knockout power. Like, I just want to crush everyone.
You got to box your way to the title.
Hulk smash.
I do like that jab to the body. I wish you keep doing that. Let's hit the right hand over top, you know, later in this fight.
That's how he's going to set it up. That's how he's going to set it up. The right hand or the overhand right by throwing that jab to the body. Then the jab to the head, jab to the body. It'll open up a lot of the shots if he's able to constantly do it.
It's Johnson who landed a good left hook.
Yeah, Johnson's having a better round. Like I said, I said earlier, he was smiling, talking a little bit, seemed a little more comfortable. You know, he got out of that first round, and he's like, okay, I'm here.
Well, he's definitely moving and countering really well.
Right hand from Johnson. Idiarte getting hit for the first time in his career. Johnson feeling good here in the second. Little shimmy at the bell.
Two very different rounds.
Very.
Well, Johnson has gotten very, very familiar and very confident in that previous round. Now we got to see what Iriarte's next move is for the next round. I mean, I think that what I believe is throwing that jab, not just the jab, but jab to the body, jab to the head, but not just once. We haven't seen double jabs. We haven't seen triple jabs to set up the right hand, to set up the left hook.
Exactly.
And here we go. Again, his punches being smothered, but Johnson...
Sure, right to the body.
A good uppercut. But that's when he was starting to utilize his distance.
I see Joel looking for the uppercut. He landed a little bit.
Johnson in the green, white, and red has lost his last 4 going back to 2022. He lost to Eric Tudor, who was 12-1. Before that, Isaiah Johnson, who was 10-0. Kelvin Davis, who was 12-0. And then Christian Baez back at 22 was 18-2. And for the first time in his career, Joel Idiarte sees round number 3.
I'd like to see him double jab some more and then to the body. Just mix up the jab. I think that'll confuse a lot for Johnson, and I think it will definitely set up that big shot from Iriarte after those jabs.
Exactly. I think Joel's gonna probably figure out I can't just throw something I'm gonna land. I have to set it up. I gotta trick him. I gotta get him used to something. 2 jabs up, 1 jab down. I gotta put him into a rhythm and then set something up. I got a plan for something. And I think after the first round, after the second round, he's probably figuring that out. Like, okay, I have to put a little more homework in here.
Johnson's smiling, and then somebody says something from the corner. He looked at them and shook his head no. He's feeling confident.
Well, I wouldn't want to stay in the ropes, though.
Oh, good jab.
You're feeling confident, but I wouldn't want to be there. But he is confident.
He's trying to bring in Idiarte off the ropes.
What I want to see with Johnson is double up that jab, a little bit feint in there, because he has the skill for it. He can box, and that's one thing that he should be doing more often. You know, he's feinting here and there, his head movement, and he's keeping Iriarte thinking.
Yeah, the 32-year-old's in there giving Idiarte different looks, and he's very confident in the corner, talking to Idiarte.
Well, like you said, Jordan, that's a very dangerous spot to be in. I know. He's feeling confident, he's feeling himself, but still, why? Why this early?
And Idiarte didn't put any pressure on him in there.
Well, Idiarte got caught with a couple jabs
earlier, yeah.
And maybe he had to think twice. There you go,
there's
the double
jab.
jabs. Yeah. We want that double jabs for him. And it could also work with Johnson instead of just playing the possum game.
Jab up, right hand up top.
Just mix it all up.
I think it's there for both of them, actually. Joel stands sometimes a little tall. I think the jab low, right hand over top is there for both guys.
Yep. I agree with that. Definitely agree with that. You know, mix it up, top, bottom, instead of just trying to counter, trying to throw those big shots. Set it all up.
I know it's only an 8-round fight, but I like that right hand right to the elbow of Kevin Johnson from Joel in that Philly shell or whatnot. That over time does damage to that arm, and then consider the right hand over top as well too.
And that immobilizes his jab hand from countering left hook or anything like that. You throw that jab enough time, it'll set up everything else as well.
I think this is Golden Boy is getting what they're looking for. I think Joel's getting a little test right now, going around 4. Haven't been here before. I think this is perfect so far. I think we're just going to wait and see how the rest unfolds. But I think some good rounds, and I think we're going to see a little more of Joel.
Catterall is back as he takes on Harlem Eubank in Manchester. Can El Gato get back to his winning ways against the undefeated welterweight? Find out July 5th live on DAZN. Beto Duran, Nonito Donera, and Jordan Panthen. That's the corner of Joel Idiarte. He's going for the fourth for the first time. Could it be I'm just throwing it out there that Idiarte and his team said, okay, let's get some rounds in. We haven't had any in this young career.
Oh.
No, nobody says, hey, I want a
No,
couple
this is
more
why-
rounds. I'll take you out as fast as possible.
This is why I'm asking.
Yeah,
the reason I'm bringing it up because Idiarte, having called his first 6 fights, was always coming out quick, boom, boom, boom. Here he's more reserved to start this fight.
Well, I think it goes to the round one. I think round one he tried, he put the effort out there. He's okay. This is not going to be that easy. But back to Nieder, I agree. If you can get someone out of there, get him out of there.
Of course,
you,
of course.
you don't play boxing. You're not
Yes.
going to like
Of
keep
course.
him around. But I think that first round, I think he came out hard, and he's like, oh, it's not.
Oh,
gonna
he's getting
be that
caught
easy.
with those shots.
But he's looking
My
at Ray,
apologies on that one, brother. No, he was just getting caught while he was holding them.
yeah,
And-
he was looking for Ray Corona
Yeah.
to separate him, and Johnson just kept on throwing. And now we got a scrap breaking out.
But yeah, like you said, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, it's just more of having seen him.
Right.
He's more reserved in this fight than he has been in the past.
Well, it's the opponent. The guy is landing the shots too and countering him.
No, and I think he's definitely his most experienced opponent that he's
Yes.
fought, and he's been in a room with experienced guys. I know he's been sparring in gyms, sparring with Shakur, Javante Davis before this Kevin Johnson guy, so definitely got experience. But I don't like a firefight for Kevin Johnson. For Joel, I like a firefight.
Yeah.
If Kevin Johnson wants to have a firefight, if I'm Joel, sure.
Yeah, Joel
Bring it.
wants it.
Right now,
Uppercut from Idiarte as Johnson is back against the ropes. Uppercut getting through again. Another uppercut for the man from Sinaloa.
aside from his uppercut, everything around that shot in that distance is smothered because he is a wide puncher. He throws a wide shots, and his powers are diminished because of the distance that he's imposing right now. He might tire Johnson out. That might be the case for it. But that uppercut lands again.
That one
Ooh.
lands as
And
Johnson's
another
trying to
one
hold
again.
on to the back of his head.
And
Another
again.
uppercut from Idiarte.
Oh,
Hook from
Idiarte.
Idiarte. A minute to go in round number 4.
It got hit with the hook too.
It's funny, though. You said the only thing landing was the uppercut. Well, maybe that's the only thing he needs.
Yeah, exactly.
And Johnson just trying to make it ugly and rough it up and hold on. As he's got some blood from the bottom lip, does Johnson. A left hook from
Left hook
Idiarte.
power shots from Idiarte.
we heard those ringside.
High guard from Johnson.
Yep.
And countering
Yeah.
with an uppercut, left uppercut. After that, a left hook coming from
so
Idiarte.
southpaw?
From
Yeah.
the southpaw stance.
Yes. Go
Yes.
southpaw and he gets hit twice in the gut.
See, when you're not doing good and you switch like that, sometimes a little desperation. It's nothing that, I don't know. Do you have an opinion on that in there? You see someone switch after they're not doing so well?
Well, it's definitely desperation because you want something to kind of shift the momentum by making them think differently. But yeah, and you can see the way he's walking into the corner too. There is exhaustion in his demeanor and in his face as well.
Yeah, it's a good round from Joel. I like that round. I hope he capitalizes and continue on the momentum going into round 5.
And in that round, those uppercuts were very vicious. Here's a replay as he's holding on. Oh, that's
this
the one
one
I was
here, yeah.
telling you. He was like, how the heck is that happening? But he's landing those shots.
Protect yourself at all times,
That's right. That's right. But
he's
this
like,
is
okay,
the
I
uppercut
got an
right
uppercut
here.
for you now.
Yeah, now it's my turn. Push up, and then the uppercuts are coming in this
Boom.
corner one. Another one,
There's a couple.
two,
Boom.
and then it just goes in a series of uppercuts.
Boom.
And I think those were the shots that really tired and slowed down Kevin Johnson.
Yep. Round 5.
Scheduled for 8. All right, so Ray Corona's on the watch the feet. Johnson, I think, wants to work with you guys as a commentator. He's been talking a lot. And then Ray Corona, let me rep. Third man in the ring. That's letting you know.
The demeanor of Kevin Johnson in this round, it just shows, I guess you would say, the feeling that he's gonna lose this fight. Like I can feel that because of the way he is talking, the way he is, the way he came out of that corner.
Exactly, a little agitated, a little annoyed. If I'm Kevin Johnson too, I don't want to go back to the ropes. So he's about to go back there right now.
This is also good for 22-year-old Joel Idiarte to get rounds and also get a awkward fighter who's going to show you different things.
Good uppercut.
Joel's
and then the
looking
left
for the
hook.
uppercut. He's looking for the uppercut. He's been looking since the first round, looking for that uppercut.
He found a home for it in the 4th round.
But he did land this one with follow-up left hook. Another one.
And this is also just very tiring for Kevin Johnson, being on the ropes. And you might say Joel's punches a little wide sometimes, but he's hitting, he's landing, he's leaning on you. This is just tiring Johnson out.
Wears you out?
Yeah, Johnson does not want to be on these ropes.
I mean, especially if you're the short notice guy.
Yeah, Johnson was called this week as a replacement.
Another uppercut.
Yep.
That's his shot right there.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Johnson's leaving it open. Take advantage, right?
I mean, if you keep getting hit with the same punch, that irritates me. You got to do something. Close the guard. Lean on the other side. Take your head offline. If you sit right in the middle and keep hitting the uppercut, what are you doing? Do something different.
Well, we'll see.
He's not.
That Idiarte right now is very confident in this distance as he's using a post to kind of set up his uppercut.
See, now I saw Kevin Johnson fight a lot right there. See, he's fighting back, but you know what that's doing? Taking a lot of energy to do all that.
Yeah, especially those little ones that he's doing.
And then Idiarte answers with a body shot to the right side of Johnson. 30 seconds to go in round number 5.
I think I heard that body shot.
That body shot is going to take its toll.
You're going to have to break down Johnson.
Body
going upstairs is Idiarte looking for that uppercut. Just misses.
Johnson's still fighting back.
Oh, absolutely.
But Idiarte right now is very confident in this distance, and he's throwing those shots after Johnson's shots.
Johnson is a tough dude. He is a tough guy. Like you said, Jordan, he's never been stopped.
Never been stopped. He's fighting back. He's spending a lot of energy, though. As I say, that what he's doing right there is not easing the gas tank for sure. 3 rounds left. Still a lot of boxing. I think it's gonna. Joel's got a chance. From what I'm seeing, Joel has a chance. I think the momentum to put him away. But Kevin Johnson is a very tough dude. Like I said, he's never been stopped.
Well, right now, again, I look at demeanor and body language, and what I see with Johnson is, I believe he's ready to go. Just big one shot, big shots, body shots, and the power that Idiarte. I think he's gonna make it happen.
Laying the ropes. Like we saw him do the ropes in the second round, he's having fun with it, okay. But then in the 3rd round, not very good. And then the very last round, he's on the ropes for a minute and a half at least. Not very good. If he keeps going back to ropes for round 6, 7, 8, I think Joel is gonna find a way to put him out of there. The uppercuts and the body shots combination,
especially
those two
uppercuts.
together.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Oh, and the body. The body is definitely something.
He plays around with it. 2 uppercuts, left hook, body. He just plays with the different combinations. Tap here, hit there. Might be an answer.
See, I like it when I like the fact that when Johnson starts, good straight right hand
from Idiarte.
But when Johnson moves around and confuses Idiarte with the jab and just the movement, it slows the fight down. But if he doesn't do it, then that's when Idiarte comes in and just smother and just make the fight happen for him to tire out Johnson.
Yeah, that's when Kevin Johnson's corner, I'm like, stay off the ropes. He spent so much energy in the ropes in there. Spend that energy staying off the ropes and moving around the ring. Spend the energy in that department rather than fighting off the ropes.
That's the voice of Golden Boy prospect Jordan Panton. Beto Duran alongside the Filipino Flash Nonito Donaire, fresh off a victory in Argentina. The cut healed up nicely, and wow, big swing amid that uppercut. He's trying to end it as Idiarte. But those uppercuts, Nonito, they have to be set up, right? You can't
they have to be set up. They have to be set up by the jab, by the feint, and good left hook coming in.
And a left hook.
And a left hook. But the demeanor of Idiarte is different from the way it was earlier on. He's actually watching. He's setting things up. He's looking. And he's doing a good job.
Yeah, that's the scouting report on Idiarte is he's very mature, very smart but we haven't been able to see it in his 7 fights because they've been ending early. But this is the first time we actually get to see some of his boxing acumen.
He already landed that jab, the body, ran over top this round. I love for him to give it a go again this round, set it up. I look for him to try that specific combination again.
That's pretty much what he needs to do, because if you're going to aim for the head and the guy's moving his head, guess what? Sometimes you might hit, a lot of times you might miss. But if you're setting up either in the chest or in the body shot with that jab, you're going to land it every single time.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're progressing in your career, realizing that these veteran fighters know how to roll with punches. Absorb the big shots that somebody in your early career, you hit them once and they're going down.
Yeah,
Johnson isn't that case.
He's in that shoulder roll stance. Now, if he times the right hand and rolls it, okay. But hey, if he doesn't time that right hand and gets hip flustered, that might be night. I mean, you see what Shane Mosley did to Floyd Mayweather, almost put him down with that specific combo. So that combo is an answer to that style if they're caught slacking.
100% when it comes down to that, because a lot of people don't think that just because you got hit with the body, they think that you're far away with your head. But sometimes when it's quick enough, you're gonna get hit with
a previous opponent of yours, Inoue, when he fought what's his name from Philadelphia?
Scooter, yes. Scooter.
Good.
No, his name's Scooter, but
from Philadelphia.
Yeah,
I'm having a brain fart. He's at Brickhouse training for the fight.
Nelson, right?
No.
This fight was in Japan. Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy.
All right. Steve Fulton.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's the combo put him down. He fights in shoulder roll. You put the jab, the body, right hand, right over top, and that's the combination that put that fight away. So, another example. But Kevin Johnson did better that round, staying off the ropes. Staying off the ropes. He didn't go there. So,
and he did a good enough job to slow down the fight by moving his head left and right and not be a target by just standing in front of Idiarte. You know, he's moving here and there. He's moving a little bit of lateral here and there. So he slowed it down and gave him a lot of time to breathe.
Now, 2 rounds ago, I'm curious if Joel will bring more initiative and really try to bring more pressure here. So, okay, 2 rounds. I mean, he looks fresh to me. I'm looking at him right now. He looks fresh. I don't think he's been hurt or phased by any punches from Kevin Johnson. So,
Baco's finest, Joel Idiarte, family from Tres Reyes, Sinaloa, Mexico. A lot of family in Culiacan, where you're going to see a Culiacan fighter later on in the main event. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. against Jake Paul in the main event. Again, the pay-per-view gets going at 5 o'clock. Go to DAZN.com/boxing to get the pay-per-view that will open up with Kid Austin, Floyd Schofield taking on Tevin Farmer. 5 fights on the pay-per-view tonight. We're in the prelims. We got 1 more to go. Up next will be Holly Holm and Yolanda Vega. Good rounds for Joel Idiarte. We're in the 7th for him.
He started pretty aggressive, but he started kind of slowing down. But again, because of Johnson's demeanor coming in, moving his head like to kind of confuse Idiarte. But that's the veteran move. Sometimes a good uppercut, stepping back.
Yeah. Nice on the ropes. Hold, spin off, don't release and stay there.
Idiarte had 10 rounds in his professional career coming into this fight.
Did a little hold uppercut again.
Well, this is where, like you said, to see by being aggressive. This is where his moment is. He has to
I
just
know.
kind of go
Yeah.
and make it
I
happen,
want to
right?
see him work right
This
now. I
is
wanna see
it
him
right
work.
now, right? If you're going to break down a guy like Johnson, you have to do it. You're not going to get him with just one shot.
Take a slight step back, just a mini step back.
Yes.
Right uppercut, left hook to the body, something. Yeah.
I like that right uppercut, and then body like a Canelo kind of shot, you know. But left hook, but keep that distance and keep it aggressive, where you're tiring out your opponent.
Yeah, just a little space. You saw he just threw a left hook and it went around the guy, Kevin Johnson's head. Just get a little space.
Push up with a little shoulder right there, and then throw a right hand.
And you know, for a guy like Johnson, who we brought up early on, has never been stopped. That's a point of emphasis for him, right? Point of pride. Where
Yes.
you're not going to be the
definitely.
first one.
You know, we saw him earlier, kind of losing his demeanor. Oh, good body
That's
shot.
the body
That was
shot.
a beautiful
Idiarte.
body shot.
Oh, he felt that.
That
You
took
saw-
something out of it.
Yeah. And if you want to stop a tough veteran, sometimes the head's
The
on
body,
answer, sometimes
man.
the body's the answer.
Especially a guy who got called this week, had to lose weight, had to come down.
Felt that body shot.
Oh, yeah, he felt it for sure. He's still breathing heavy.
I would have loved for Joel to jump on him a little bit and just try something right there. But maybe he didn't realize he hurt him.
Well, the demeanor of Johnson is he's going to survive. Earlier we thought that there's a possibility of him falling, but right now he has the confidence.
We still got 3 more minutes to go, and then in Saturday, August 2nd, Chicago, as we're Golden Boy will be back for the first time in over a decade. It'll be Oscar Duarte from Parral, Chihuahua, going up against the hometown fighter Kenneth Sims Jr. live on the Zone, August 2nd.
Well, he's got 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left to survive, so the odds are in his favor. Let's see if lriarte comes out, or Joel comes out with a little fire. 3 minutes as he put it on the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final round.
If he wants his all knockout ratio, he got to go.
That's right.
Can Joel Idiarte stop Kevin Johnson for the first time in his career? Johnson has been resistant and cagey. Idiarte controlling this fight.
Hey, Johnson is seeing the light right now.
Yeah.
You know, he's controlling it. He's having this demeanor that I'm like, I got this.
Yeah.
It's the last round.
Well, the first fight went distance, and I came. Corners, an 8-round fight too, and they're like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" I was like, "I want to stop him. How do I stop him?" Just, I was throwing a bunch of that's definitely in your head.
Up next, Holly Holm and Yolanda Vega de Sonora, Mexico. Yeah, this is a good learning experience for young Joel Idiarte.
Oh,
Body shot.
Well, definitely that was one of the keys.
take a step back, another body shot.
You've been saying that, Jordan. You want to see him pounce after he lands one of those.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that we see. Like Jordan's saying, is that when he have him right there, just step back a little bit so that your counter or left hook or body shot, whatever it may be, is going to land stronger.
But when you think you might hurt someone, and especially with someone, Kevin Johnson, everyone's damaged in boxing, but he hasn't thrown anything that bothered Joel or hurt him or
at
nothing
all,
like that.
yeah.
So in a way, I'm saying Joel is kind of safe. So when you throw, maybe you don't even know if you hurt him, but maybe you did. Like, okay, try something, put something else together real quick, put a 3-piece together, a 2-piece together. Me put something together right there.
Yeah.
Right.
That was a good comment by Kevin Johnson that just landed, though.
Well, he's definitely seeing a lot of, gaining a lot of confidence in this round.
He's fighting well off the ropes.
It's also for Idiarte learning that you can't just knock at everybody with one punch. You said it to me earlier, Noito. Knockouts get built up.
You got to set it up. You know, because for me, my left hook, I used to knock a lot of guys out with it. But because they know exactly it was coming, you know, that it's hard for me to set it up.
You got to have the wrinkles of the game.
You got to do something different.
Blood from the nose of Kevin Johnson. Tough dude. Tough dude.
You got to give
mentioned
it up. Got to give it up to Johnson, who came in here with the short notice and giving a young undefeated fighter with all knockouts all that he can handle.
And then some.
But I think in a way this is exactly what Golden
Good
Boy.
shot from
him.
Johnson at the
He
end.
rocked him.
Idiarte got clocked against the ropes.
Oh, he rocked him. Wow.
Johnson
That was
is
a good
game.
overhand, right?
Best shot all night from both fighters comes from Kevin Johnson. Final seconds of the fight.
Well, maybe that's the answer you were looking for. That he was wary of Johnson's ability, and this is why he wasn't kind of forward like we wanted him to do.
Maybe Joel's a little more tired than it just doesn't look good. So, but yeah. But anyways, I think it's a good performance. I think Golden Boy. Looking for it. I think this is perfect, honestly.
Right.
Now, we love the knockouts, but the development of a young fighter is about these kind of fights.
Oh, these are the most important fights. You know, learning lessons, fight that elevates your skills, fight that makes you think, and fight that gives you the second thought of questioning what you need to do in order for you to become what you want and the vision that you have as a fighter.
This is where the matchmakers did great.